Hello there, it's zibprophet playing Space Crusade. Last time I played this game was on the Amiga. Now I'm playing it as a DOSBox emulation. You'll see that you're looking at please type in the word blah blah blah. That's an old DRM thing where you'd have to refer to the manual. Now luckily for me, I've got a crack, so I don't have to worry about referring to the manual. Now the music on the Amiga was a little more slick than it is on the DOSBox emulation. It's a little MIDI thingy. Anyway, Space Crusade, it's a Games Workshop board game that's been simulated on the personal computer. You can play with all 3 chapters, although I like to play just with the Imperial Fist. Notorious for being a little faster. And the yellow. Over here, you can select the mission. Now we'll just play the Seek and Destroy Dreadnought aboard Alien Vessel 653. The aliens have blocked some corridors with rubble. Clear rubble with weapon hit of 1 or above. The minimum score to win this mission is 80 points. Yes. Okay, now if I remember correctly, I actually have my old floppy disk at home at my parents' place, and I used to have save games on a floppy, and I'm pretty sure they still exist. The idea being that you play each mission consecutively with the same commander, and as you follow the campaign, as you're successful, your commander, as long as he doesn't die, goes up in rank, and you acquire better weaponry and stuff. Now, this is the screen where you can change their weapon loadout. I like to go with close combat weapons for the commander, especially good for taking on dreadnoughts. That's nice. That can be dangerous. That can be interesting. And bolters are weak as... Unfortunately, I can't really go with any other option. He's pretty much Mr. Expendable. You also get to choose different cards. Move it's pretty good. Whoops. Yeah. Move it is effective. Choose to move or fire twice. In a game like this, as you'll see in the board later on, getting around is important. Yeah, the melter bombs are pretty good. Have to remember how to equip the... Oops. There we go, that's better. So I've currently got that. What I'm doing is I'm hitting the right mouse button and it's knocking me out. That's better. We want melter bombs. Melter bombs are like slapping a convection oven to a block of ice, if you could do such a thing. Yeah, that's good. Combi weapon. Not really worth it. Okay, that's worth it for the weaklings. Yeah. Now we've got it. We won't move it. That'll be effective later. Alright. And as you can see, commander rank is sergeant. He's done nothing with his career. That may change. Alright. Let's get in there. Whoops. As you can see, I was supposed to move the map, not move him there, but it doesn't matter. Now these guys can shoot in diagonals. You'll see more of that later. Keep them fairly closely packed for now. Well, that's probably a bad idea. Okay, once per turn they can scan. That's what he's doing. It scans for nearby blips. Enemies come up as blips. And there's a few over there, I think. Yeah. So they're, I don't know what they are, but I know they're bad. And so that's the end of my turn. Let's fire to continue. Okay, where's Mr. Expendable? I usually like to throw him out into the fray. I'll throw him there. See anything, but you can see the rubble. Yeah, you can't shoot it though. What I've just highlighted is his field of view. And you can't get anything. I'll chuck him there. And there's rubble. So you gotta clear the rubble. I'll take care of that. Red dice are heavy dice, and the white die are the light dice, so I only needed to oh, there we go. So we've got a Chaos Commander and an Orc. So I've just opened them up to be shot at, basically. Starting to remember that the maps are fairly I believe that they're the same each time, so you can memorize the map layout, but what's randomized is where the enemies are, which is handy. So what I'm trying to say is that you can actually plan. This is like Space Hulk, where the game can be made or broken depending on where you place your Space Marines. So that's the board game element there. And what's really cool about this simulation is that you have a little more power with the doors. I'll explain, or better yet demonstrate this. Because on the board game, I don't think you could do what I'm about to do. Should be okay. He's fine. I think I have to score a 3 to wound. So a total of 3. The commander's got a couple of wounds. Each Space Marine has 1. So if they get a lucky shot, it can mean the end. Okay, so that's a pretty nasty Marine, Chaos Marine standing in the doorway. Now, playing this on the Amiga, the mouse is a lot harder to scroll with. You're basically dragging and dragging and dragging the mouse across. I do remember that being frustrating. you can go hand-to-hand combat with the Chaos Marine. That was a bad roll. I won though. Yeah, the animations there for their time were pretty entertaining. Again, I did the wrong thing. I was supposed to put him over there. Doesn't matter. This will probably... Oh, alright. I'm going to show off a neat little trick with this guy. He's got a plasma weapon, and their fire arc is diagonal. So, and the idea being, it's like a railgun. So, if he rolls high, it'll kill everything in the line. Nah, unfortunately, it's probably going to kill the orc. That. Yeah. That could have been better. He's got an assault cannon. Cool thing about him, he can actually pick and choose targets if you roll high enough. So you can actually kill more than one guy with the one in the one turn. So what we'll do is we'll just choose the orc, because the idea being if we get... Okay, that's perfect. That'll just kill the orc. From memory. Yeah. So orcs, I think they need 2 to kill them. From memory, I think Gretchens need 1. They're like super weak. Okay, he's probably better just hanging there, firing at the rubble, and it does nothing. So he's shooting at a static target, and he misses. That's just brilliant. And got this guy. See if he can do something. No, he can't. So you can sometimes get door access, and if you do, you can actually squish people. This is risky. I'm probably better off just shooting at him. Because he gets... Yeah, we'll just shoot him. Pop, pop! Does nothing. And that's the end of my turn. I can scan though. That's what I'll do. End of my turn. I used to spend hours and hours playing this game. It was really addictive. I remember writing a journal in primary school, and for about 4 or 5 consecutive weeks, I think I was in prep or grade 1 at the time, on the weekend, I'd write, on the weekend I played Space Crusade. Uh-oh, I've just been wounded there. By an android. Necron dude. Yeah, so I used to write journal entries back in primary school, to the point where my teacher said, "Stop, can you write about something else?" And I think by chance that weekend was the probably the Avalon Air Show, something like that. So I actually had something legitimate to write about other than playing Space Crusade. Okay. That could be a wasted move. Yeah. Wasted in the fact that I'm pretty sure I could have... Oh no, probably didn't matter. Oh. Try that. Don't think they'll do anything. We'll just move him there. Move my commander to the side. What we'll actually do here... He's going to be useless. We know that. So we'll move him there. And hopefully missile launcher guy does his thing. The other thing you have to be careful about is if you actually roll high and you've got friendlies in the fire zone, in the kill zone, they will actually get killed as well, which is interesting. And again, Bolter rolls nothing. See, the problem with this game, a lot of it is luck. There is a lot of tactical choice involved, but ultimately if you roll badly, then the game will be most brutal to you. So you could organise the perfect shootout like I have kind of done here, and it might not make any difference. The whole crossfire thing you got to be careful of as well, because if I had fired that plasma weapon with the commander behind him, that would have hurt me potentially. I like to ramble. That's what I do. I rolled 4 zeros. I'm rolling as badly as I do when I play 40k on the table, and fortunately the computer also rolled 0. So obviously no damage on either side. I can use my scanner. I always thought that using the scanner was a bad thing, because you can see where the enemies are on the board, and when I was younger I used to think that the computer could hear what I was talking about, and if I was scanning for blips and they appeared on the screen, I always thought that if you didn't scan from them, ultimately if you couldn't see them, they didn't exist. So I didn't scan to see those blips, which is kind of stupid because they're there anyway. And I think I'm going to lose another wound on my commander. Nope, I read that wrong. That was my roll, not his. I assume the AI is a he. Although I can't really tell looking at its weird face. I don't know if it has a gender. So yeah. Mr. Boltgun. Steinberg is not like Heisenberg. Can you see anyone? I know he's a he, because the Adeptus Astartes didn't have female folks, because they're in the Sisters of Battle apparently. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Again, bolt guns are useless. Fingers crossed he doesn't roll zeros again. Okay, cool. He killed him, and he probably got rid of the rubble as well. No? Doesn't matter. Got rid of the baddie anyway. Okay, fairly uneventful there. That's the thing here. You can see if they got any other actions free by the green and red. Obviously, we can't do much. I can scan and then end turn. Yeah, it's a little different to the Amiga version, just in visual design. And by visual design, I'm referring to the icon of the AI boss dude at the top. It's a little more cartoony. But the actual game itself looks pretty close to the Amiga version. I think it came out in '92. What I'm going to do is move the bolt gun guy, not shoot, move to there, and he's got a better chance of taking out that Gretchen than anything else, because he only needs to roll a 1. Oh yeah, so the time I aim for a Gretchen is the time he rolls high enough to possibly kill an orc and a space marine, if you so chose, but no. Oh, that's right. Standing in front of him and misses. Okay, I believe I've got 2 bolt guns now, because I think the other turn, the AI, it's like a turn or 2 ago, they used a card that, when it says no ammo, it basically removes a heavy weapon from one of my soldiers, or space marines. Which is really annoying, because, oh there we go, that'll kill the orc. It's really annoying, because you can potentially go through a game and have that event, because each turn the enemy AI will, in the board game anyway, they draw a card and it has a special event on it. Well, in the computer game, there's a chance that card could come up multiple times, and you could have a whole squad of guys with good weapons, and then by halfway through, you've got nothing but bolters, and that is not good. It's not good if you need to destroy something like a dreadnought, which is a monster of a beast in this game. Okay, Gretchen's shooting at me, and they also have pea shooters, they don't really do much. Orcs and Gretchens. It's a bit embarrassing when they do strike you. Loving the scale of the bayonet on the bolter. The thing is massive. I sort of like to use close combat as a last resort, because there's always a chance it could backfire on you. And by that I mean, if I had my commander attack that orc right now, and if the dice was not in his favour, he could potentially lose wounds on a fairly easy monster. in my experience, I usually find the plasma gun guys are fairly good. Probably my favourite of the weapons that you can choose from, because they are quite powerful, and especially when they can act like a railgun and tag a string of enemies. And if you roll high as well, that's just beautiful. Gretchen Bomber. Forget what that means. It involves. Ah, okay. That's a gene stealer. Or no, that's a soul sucker. Sorry. Don't have gene stealers in this. Soul suckers are terrifying. Basically, the gene stealer of Space Crusade. You don't want to be doing close combat with them. I'm never confident going up close. Oh, I think I might lose a marine here. That's an orc sort of facing the wall there. This could be my first casualty, and it is. That's a pity. Now, was that my plasma gun guy? I think I jinxed him if it was. The game really is designed to play it with the 2 other chapters, but playing it on your own. See, back in the day I would have my siblings play with me and they'd each command a chapter, so we take it in turns. But commanding so many marines on your own can get a bit boring. Oh no, I didn't lose my plasma gun guy, that's good. That had the potential to be nasty. Because you're rolling 2 heavy dice, I think you can take a Dreadnought out with that alone, but you need to roll high. I could be wrong. I'm basing this all on memory, and memory is such a fickle thing. And I haven't forgotten, but I do have war gear to use. It's in the backpack. It's those orders that I chose at the start of the game. I usually use them when I'm close to the major objective, or when I need to rush troops back to the barge. The whole idea is I'm killing monsters. I'm supposed to get rid of a dreadnought, which is usually in the middle of the map, and once I've done that I run back. When you're playing with other people, with the other chapters, they have their own separate commanders, and the whole point of it is it's a bit of a competition as well. So the person with the highest points technically is the winner, but who cares? That might have been a dumb move, because I'm moving closer to the Soul Sucker. Ah, that was a dumb move, because I didn't mean to move there. And meanwhile, I'll let that guy behind. That's right, we'll just end the turn. 32 turns remaining. This game is really good at punishing the player. It's probably why I enjoy it. It's a really tough game to beat, but when you do beat it, it's pretty cool. I don't know how I managed to make a career out of any commander in this game when I was younger, because just passing one mission with one chapter is just insane. And here we go, we got the Soul Sucker. They rolled 2 heavy. Luckily, they rolled pretty badly. Okay, cool. So I've taken out the Soul Sucker. And now we've got a Chaos Marine shooting back, and 2 won't do anything, luckily. pretty bad when your heavy hitter is missing the entire game. Just for fun, we'll just run him up. I'm being quite reckless. There is a good reason for it though. And the reason is he's useless to me because he's just not doing his job. So now I know I said last turn better shooting, but I've rolled 4. And yeah, so that's fine. Surprised I haven't come across a dreadnought yet. Okay, bad thing about that is they're out of line of sight. Good thing about a bolter, that's not a problem. But what the problem is the ability to actually roll high like that. Useless. It's kind of funny, you've got the Adeptus Astartes, these like superhuman cyborg dudes, and they're acting like amateurs. Cool, so he rolled 0, and I've got the chance. Yeah, there we go. That's always a gamble. I could have lost that Space Marine there. Okay, he's just been killed. Which really sucks. But that's what you get for just foolishly running into a room that you don't know what's inside of. Normally I would just wait out by the door for a turn and then send everyone in so that we've got the opportunity to just blast whatever's in the room, but I am playing this a little more recklessly. Recklessly? I'm being more reckless than I normally would be. The average game, you would make all your Space Marines expendable. They'd all pretty much die. And then the commander would be the last one to survive. So long as he survives by the end of the mission, and he gets back to the... Because once you complete the mission, you have to get him back to the barge that he started on. If you can do that, and you succeed in the mission, then that's good. This could be bad. No, that's good. Keep thinking that the defending score is the attacking score. That's what you get when you don't pay attention. Now there are blips up. Oh yeah, a blip up there. The music in this game So the DOS version doesn't really do it justice, unfortunately. It's still good. That's interesting. So you've got an enemy blocking line of sight when you move. They prevent you from finishing your move. Yeah, so I'm guessing the Dreadnought's probably at the bottom part of the map, just by the amount of blips there are. Okay. Now, that could possibly be another rubble thing. So what I'm doing is clearing the way. I think I might be able to choose the other one on that one. I think it's only one per... No. Okay, I'm wrong. Gretchen down the other end. I'll take their pot shots. Not the wisest of moves. The commander gets a bigger radius for scanning, so probably would have been better for the commander, but you know. I'm hoping this is a Dreadnought. It's temp fate. Ah, that's boring. It was a bunch of Gretchen. Okay, that could be bad. This is why we don't go into hand-to-hand combat. He's on 2, that's his life, so he's got 2 wins left. And at this stage in the game, that's not good. He could probably shoot those guys. Weapons jammed. Awesome. I think it's part of the reason why the game takes long to play. You've got, you know, for every roll, every move, there's that extra little cutscene thing. So now the enemy's playing stacks on. And I don't know why, but the missile launcher dude is bashing these guys with his missile launcher instead of blowing them up. I got a neat little trick. It's called running. There he goes. And that's the whole purpose of a missile launcher dude. Just cleaned him out. Not sure if that'll do it. Okay, one does it. Gretchen 1. Space Marine 1, Gretchen 0. Well, that could have been really bad. That could have been a death of me if I didn't get that done right. Getting surrounded by enemies. It's just a matter of time. Now it's going to be find the Dreadnought. There he is. He's just revealed himself. Now what would be really cool if I can get if I get door control, you can actually, the real cheap way of taking on the Dreadnought, it's my favourite way of doing it, is activating the door. And now you would think that a door wouldn't be able to crush a Dreadnought, but you know, they're bulkhead things and apparently I do. Okay, please have door control. I got the war gear to be able to do the melter bomb thing, so, but it's worth trying this guy out first. Now, a missile launcher, if I roll high enough, it has the potential, and it does nothing, but it has the potential to actually damage the Dreadnought. Look at that. Nothing. I have to do this. I'll jump here. Oh. No, I won't. That was a waste. I should have learnt from before. That prevented me from moving. That's really bad. So you got the melter bomb. I could just run up and then use the melter bomb on it. Because I made a stupid mistake, there's a chance he won't survive to do his job. Oh, luckily, Android fault. I believe Dreadnoughts and Necron-like things, any kind of robot, miss a turn. I think that's that card. So it's just a Dreadnought, so it's just a Gretchen firing and he does nothing. So I'm actually very lucky that that happened. Although it's kind of annoying, because I could have taken full advantage of that situation before he missed a turn. Lucky. he has to try and do something to that dreadnought. Alien ID mode, dreadnought. Kinda don't want the same thing that happened like before. Want to have a clear path. Yeah, cool. Alright, so I'll charge there. Now I can use Melter Bomb, and now enter close combat, and I should use the Melter Bomb, so I get to roll extra dice. So I roll the oh, that's not great. Still beat it though. But not enough. That is not good. These guys are just going to stand there and take it. That's intimidating. So if all goes well, which it should, take out the dreadnought and then we run. Uh-oh. My commander just got murdered by the dreadnought. So that's the end of his career. And by chance, a Gretchen just murdered another Space Marine. That is crazy. So now I'm down to one space. So in one turn, I lost 2 Space Marines. One being my commander. So I can still win the mission, but my chances have severely dropped because the dreadnought's still alive. And this is the beauty of Space Crusade. You can rush in, you can make really stupid moves, and sometimes they pay off, and sometimes they leave you dead. So, all those skulls. I've got a missile launcher, and he can't use orders. So another reason why it's best to keep your commander around. You can issue special orders like move it, which you can't do anymore. That's a shame. Now, just for fun. Yeah. Chuck him here. Because you never know. That's practically suicide. Yeah. If I roll a 2, I'll be happy. I'm happy. I don't know what it is. This guy should be given a sword instead of a gun. He's just lucky in close combat, I guess. The bad thing about what I've done is he's too close to fire his missile launcher. if I had the 2 other chapters supporting, ideally you'd have the 3 chapters supporting each other, and if you work together as a team, you know, you can get these missions done easy. If you're like me and my siblings and you get frustrated, it's always fun to take pot shots at each other. It's always fun. I'm gonna move up here and I'm gonna fire. At least he can move and shoot. He's got that going for him. Yeah. If he survives next turn, that would be a surprise. This could be his last turn. Computer's thinking. Like I was saying before, I used to, as a kid, thought that the computer could hear what I was saying. Like I had an ear that would record anything that I would say. Like if I had some sort of idea, some sort of plan, I'd always keep it in my head. I wouldn't say it out loud, out of fear that the Amiga CPU could somehow inform the Dreadnought on the map that I'm going to be doing bad things. And I think he's dead. Yeah, so a lowly Gretchen just butchered my last Space Marine. Your team scored 68. That was a commendable performance and has put you in good favour with the Imperium, who have awarded you 2 honour badges. Your courage and leadership have been noted by your superiors. You have proved to be a formidable opponent for the alien hordes. Your commander has died, and your commander with the rank of sergeant will be in command the next mission. Again, I can't read. 68, so the mission needed at least 80. So if I had taken out the Dreadnought and got the guys back, it would have been fine. I used to play the game for this scene. I would never rage quit. I'd play it to the end just for this, because it was cool. And that's pretty much Space Crusade. Lots of waiting, lots of bad dice rolls, and ultimately your commander dies in a pool of his own blood. And that's pretty much how it happens. Well, thank you very much for listening to me crap on about one of my childhood games. It brings on nostalgic ranting. I'll leave you be. Signing off.